All right, let's round out. We got 2 more topics to hit here. This one is just ridiculous, and I'll say for me already, I'll tip my hand a little bit and say this is high level BS. Story here from New York Post: dentist who extracted tooth on hoverboard. On hoverboard. Sentenced to 12 years in prison. We've got a video here showing that. So here we are. So he's there.
That guy
ripping out some guy's tooth or girl, I don't know what. And he's on a hoverboard. And then he celebrates.
Got the tooth.
Yep, and he texted a friend to a clip saying this is a new level of care. Look at him. He's really proud of himself. Celebration. Great job.
Wow. You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I know before you get to the rest of it, when I saw this article, it was like dentist on hoverboard gets 12 years in prison. I was like, 12 years for riding a hoverboard? And then you read the rest of the article and you go, wow, this guy's a dick.
Yeah. Dozens of charges, convicted on dozens of charges related to, I believe it was like 47 or something like that, stemming from actions ranging from his scooting antics to Medicaid fraud, removing a patient's teeth without permission. This one guy, he says he pulled out four teeth without his permission, and he was overbilling. Oh, he was pushing IV sedation because so he could rack up the Medicare billing, and just whoever, always pushing the sedation. So he gets you under the IV sedation and then goes and rips your teeth out on a hoverboard and celebrates. What a jackass.
Nuts, man. This is like why so many people hate the dentist.
Oh, yeah. This guy just shows maybe this is what we all fear is inside a dentist's heart every time we go. Maybe that's why we don't want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the guy's going to put me under and make a big joke out of my pain and misery, like, a sadist.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me of a joke from a Seinfeld episode. What's the difference between a sadist and a dentist?
What?
Better magazines.
That's good.
That's a good point. But this is ridiculous. So now he's gotten he's sentenced to 12 years. Then he's going to have 10-year probation. And so far the ruling is he won't be able to practice dentistry again. Because at one point he was even practicing without a license. Really just ridiculous. High level BS. You expect at least, especially at dentists where you're afraid, you're going to be in pain, you're going to be uncomfortable, going to have work done. That always sucks. And you walk into the office and it's this freaking guy.
Yeah, right. That sucks, man. I always wonder, I haven't had to get put under for a long time, but I always wonder, what are they saying when you're under and they can't hear you? You know what I mean? What's going I think I have someone in my family that works in law, like in medical malpractice and stuff. And I think there was a story she was telling me about one guy that had, he was getting something done, like a colonoscopy maybe, but it wasn't actually, he actually got put under. And he was kind of half waking up and the doctor thought he was still asleep. And the doctor was sitting there talking about how fat he is to making fun of how fat he is to his helper or nurse or whatever. And the guy's laying there waking up and hearing everything. What the hell? You know what I mean? It makes you wonder, what are these doctors actually doing when you go to sleep? And now we have footage of this guy ripping out 4 teeth and riding around in a hoverboard like he's fucking Marty McFly.
We put our trust in these people, and we saw that one. I think we covered a story in a nursing home where that kid got put in there and was beating one guy.
The guy.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't a staff member, but that's been prevalent in nursing homes as staff abuse. You give people just a little bit of power over you, and they really run with it, don't they?
I always say, in movies and all, and comedies especially, when there's something along the lines of this, it's this shit happens in real life. That's why it makes it funny. I don't know if you remember Ben Stiller's character in Happy Gilmore when he kept he was the evil old people home thing where he was fucking around with all the old people that actually happens in real life. That's why they made a character about it, because they knew people would relate and laugh at it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real issue. And God, man, I mean that I think. Well, 10 years in prison is good. I say just. You're done.
Yeah. I want to know where this guy got his dental license from. It reminds me of in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? At the end when George Clooney is talking to Holly Hunter and he's I'm going legit. I got a guy that's going to get me a fake dentist license. And I'm going to be a dentist. I wonder if he went to the same guy that George.
Same guy. Yeah. We just sell it out of back of a van
Yeah.
or something.
He that's why he probably put him to sleep, because that's why he was pushing IV sedation, because he was like, you know what, I need to put these guys under, because he was just going to go grab a pair of pliers and like rip the teeth out. That's like the only thing he knows how to do. So he was like, I'm just going to put them to sleep so they don't realize it.
Ugh. Dr. Tooth Puller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrific. So yeah.
Have you ever gotten a tooth pulled?
I have. It's not great.
Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, you are asleep. I mean, I can't remember if I was actually asleep for it. I think I was awake. Yeah, I was awake, and I it was fine.
I mean, yeah, they numb you up, but it's still just, not pleasant to have
a lot of cracking and pulling and
yeah.
Like, oh, what is this guy doing? Yeah.
It's gonna rip my head out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, weird stuff.